going on, guys? It's me, Shugashu. We are back with another Musume video. This video we are going to be training Teio for the mile distance DM coming up. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know why I was unsure, but we are going to be trying Teio for the medium distance DM. Well, that's if I do end up training one to begin with. But we just want to, I don't think I've ever tried Teio for mile distance, so we're going to give it a shot. And for the setup, we're going to go with basically yesterday's setup. Not really going to change anything. Just going to stick with 2 guts because, like I said, guts, I feel like if I only have 1, doesn't normally reach close to cap. So at least with speed, as long as I get good RNG with speed, most likely, then I should be able to get it to 1900 at least. So Ammonite speed, Tamama power, Ramino wise, Hoshina friend card, and then Haru and stay gold for guts. And that is pretty much the setup. But before we do jump in the comments and the training itself, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And after that, head over to the comment section. Head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel on Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, that is it on that. Now you guys may catch me looking up like this, and if I'm looking up, it's just me taking a peek at OBS, which ultimately means yes, I did get my monitor stand. So now I have a stacked monitor setup. I have my 34-inch ultra wide in the bottom, and then I have my Asus 27-inch on the top, and that one currently has my OBS, which brings me to what I wanted to mention now. And I'm back on the other app for the usual app that I use to record JP on, the Samsung Flow app. And it's working perfectly fine. So I think it just had to do with me not having my second monitor for some odd reason. Don't know why that was the case, but as you can see here, I'm not clicking anything at one point normally, because in the League of Heroes I was pausing just like at the same screen, but right here it seemed perfectly fine. And I also did test it in the team trials, I guess I'll call it, because it's just the PvP thing. I did test it on the team trials, and it did not freeze up or anything. So I guess my hunch was correct that for some odd reason it just had to do with the fact that I was just on one monitor. So I'm glad I got that figured out, but I'll still have the other one as backup just in case something like this happens again for some odd reason, and it's not because it's not a dual monitor anymore. But for now, I'm gonna just use it, and it looks perfectly fine to me from what I can see. And then also another thing to mention is, I don't know if this actually changes the camera quality or made the camera quality look better, but I was tinkering with some of the settings, and that's because I was wondering for like maybe the past year, I think, on why the source pickup and OBS for my webcam was not picking it up in 1080, but I just ignored it for like the longest, for like a year, like I said. And then I decided to tinker with some settings, And I fixed it, so I don't know if it changed quality-wise, but now I can definitely see that as in 1080 because it fills up the gap I normally had. But you guys won't see the gap because, well, everything gets edited after. And yeah, everything just seems fine. So I'm just glad that all worked out. I'm just glad that all worked out. Now I don't think that changes the fact that I should just still record like the other games like Zenless and them and Wuwa in 1080 because I don't know how my video would look like if I recorded as a 1440. But then when I edit it, I edit it into 1080, so I don't really know how that works. Or if I upload it as a 1440, I don't know how that works either. Unfortunately. So I'll probably have to do some research on that because when I've been recording Zenless and Uwa, I had to lower the screen resolution so I could feel comfortable recording it. But that's just me. That's just me. Other than that, is there any other things worth mentioning? Is there any other things worth mentioning? Oh, along with the monitor, I did get the new mouse. So I'm using that right now. I would say the difference from this mouse and the last mouse I had. This one feels smaller in my hand, I think. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, it just feels a little smaller than the last one, but it's fine. It hasn't really changed anything from what I felt by just using around the computer and tootling about in some games. But yeah, it is the Zenless one. I guess I could show you guys the boxes. I do have it. You guys can see it. Me, obviously, literally right there. I do have the mat also, the mouse pad. That except I don't know if I should replace my current mouse pad because this one is huge. And I like how it covers a lot of the space on, well, at least a lot of ground on my desk. Or surface area on my desk. I don't know. I think I don't know how big it is actually. I should probably figure that out, but just to show you guys that I do have it and not just talking about it. And you can see me I'll be there and Zenless up there. Yeah, I don't think this is like a full, like a big size one. If anything, it's probably like a quarter of this, like in a square, like a fairly big square or rectangle one, like medium size. I wouldn't say it's like this full size one I have. That's basically like a TCG playing mat, basically. Let's do guts because I worried about that. Other than that, oh, I also did get another skate deck holder, wall holder, or yeah, wall holder, wall, whatever it is. So I could put the other skate deck that I got in Anime Expo up, which I haven't. It's just been chilling under my desk, even with the setup changed when I moved to the other side of my room, and all it still stayed under my desk. I didn't move it at all. One thing I am considering though is buying things, buying like those extensions or like desk additions to help with cable management. I'm not saying it's like stupid bad, it just definitely could be better. I just came to that realization yesterday when I was setting up my monitors, but yeah, I could definitely use some kind of cable management. Because it's a little messy. And no, I did not make any Cyber Monday, Black Friday purchases. Um, well, I did one. I did one. So this goes back to the Switch 2, and I didn't mention I was gonna get one. I didn't know it was gonna be sooner or later, but I saw in Target that the Mario Kart World bundle one, instead of 500, it was 450. So it was $50 off if you purchased it online. But what I didn't realize was I had Target gift cards saved up in my Target account. And I will say, getting $50 off the console with a game is kind of a steal in a way, because the normal price of just this console itself is 450, the exact same price of the bundle if you had ordered it online. And I had enough to cover the whole console. So essentially, if you're wondering where'd you get all this Target, it honestly accumulated over time because one, my friends know I love going to Target as like my go-to store if I need something. If not, I'll probably check somewhere else. As long as it's cheaper, I'll check somewhere else. But normally, if it's like daily essentials or whatever, I'll most likely go to Target. So my friends, even my parents, if they get a if my parents get a Target gift card, they normally just give it to me because I'm usually the one who goes to Target all the time for most of the things. And then there's my friends for like birthdays or whatever. And somehow over time, because they don't expire, if I'm not mistaken, because some of the some of the ones were there for like ever. Um, just added up. Pretty much the only thing was like tax, but it's nothing. It was like half a tax compared to paying for the whole thing. So yeah, I have that on pickup. So I'm gonna be picking it up whenever it says it's ready for pickup. It says it'll be ready in like 2 hours. I ordered it like almost 2 hours ago. It's fine. It's fine. They close at like 10. It will be like 8 when I get there, or 8 something. Yeah, plus seeing that kind of discount on a Nintendo Switch console, or just a Nintendo console this early, essentially just getting the game for free, which is in my opinion, is a lot, because games these days are like 70-80 bucks. Yeah, how much is the new Mario Kart game? by itself. I think it is like 70 bucks. Oh no, it's 80 bucks in Target. I don't know why it's 100 in Best Buy. That's weird. I'm looking right at it. It says $100 in Best Buy. Oh, that's crazy. And that's just Mario Kart. I thought 80 bucks was crazy. So yeah, essentially getting an $80, $100 in some cases, while getting the console basically at normal price in the bundle. I think that's pretty worth it, in my opinion. Because I don't, especially with Nintendo, you don't normally see these sales on it or discounts on it. So I decided to take it. Just perfectly fine. Just perfectly fine. Yeah, so I just have my phone on the side showing me the status of it. The second it says ready for pickup, I'm out. Well, unless I'm recording still. Oh, you know, it's funny how I said that and I saw a notification popped up on my screen on my phone and it said ready for pickup. It says ready for pickup by Thursday. I'm coming after I record this right away. So with that being said, I'm gonna start going over the comments. With the first comments being from Rick. The first one saying, I would love to have Gentle Donna. I think I will get her eventually, but I don't know if I'll get her randomly on JP, on her debut banner, or on her debut banner in Global. I would like to say randomly in JP, just so you can keep her on JP, assuming it's your... assuming it is still your main account, because I felt like you've taken... or slowed down in both games, or both versions, I should say, because it's the same game. So I would say hopefully your JP account. I would say that. Nova says you just have to keep the faith alive, Rick. I guess so. Just hope it doesn't end up being like a Katsuragi Ace situation for me. Let's just hope. And then the other comment from Rick says, also got Summer Measure Dober for monthly ticket. Oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do that. Do I even have enough? Because like I said, I have been slacking off. Not slacking off, but I've been busy. Well, essentially slacking off in comparison from before October. Do I have enough to exchange? I'm short, guys. Yeah, I haven't been... my training in the past 2 months have been lower than usual, so... yeah, until maybe after January, I'll go back to normal, but I'll try to do a little bit more in December. What I don't like is failing wise trainings, specifically that are like 10% or less, because it's like it's only wise training. It is what it is. But thank you, Rick, for the comments. I don't know if that's a new pull for your new Uma for you, but congrats if it is. But I appreciate the comments and the continuing support. As always, next comments are going to be from Nova, or no, Corn. I see it right there, Corn, right before Nova. Do you remember I think the first Razer Blade Pro laptop that had the touchpad and Stream Deck like buttons on it way before Steam Deck came out, like 2015? I wanted that so bad back then. I don't know if my Razer Blade had that. Because if it's 2015, I believe I got mine around 2015. Yeah, I think it was 2015. If not 2014. Yeah, it was either 2014 or 2015 for sure. I don't know, because I had mine. Touchpad. Honestly? Crap, I wish I remember what mine looked like. Besides it being all black. Yeah, I wish I remembered. I don't even think I have... I doubt it. I don't even think I have photos of it, which I don't know why I would have photos of it to begin with, but... Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, I cannot remember, but I do remember having a razor blade around 2014 or 2015. I do remember that for sure. I will say I did like that laptop a lot. My favorite laptop over the MacBook. I think it's because I was gaming on it. The MacBook, I wasn't necessarily gaming. It was actually more used for daily other stuff. Daily stuff, school stuff at that time. Just the usuals. When I got the Razer Blade, it helped me a lot with gaming on the go. At least at that time, because I was more out where I was able to game than now. Because now I'm not. When I'm out, it's not really. I don't really need to like bring a laptop or anything like that, because I'll just end up coming back home, or if I need to play something, I'll go on my phone. It's basically what I'm saying. But thank you, Corn, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are from Nova. And the first one says, so I finished the Wuwa story and now it's just the map exploration grind and events to do. Yep. Chisa still needs better echoes, but I'm not in a hurry since we still don't know who her team is based on. I can use her for Kathy's teams for now. Or that Zani's team is kinda meh for her. I don't think I ever used it with Zani, so I don't know what to say about it personally. But for Tokai Teio's team, she's great. She's great, that's what I can say. But I could use some improvements in the echoes, that's for sure. Probably especially the 4-star echo, because I didn't have many of the Thernodian, because obviously they released the, was it Havoc Bane when Chisa released, so couldn't farm that. As for the story itself, hot dang, I didn't expect Kuro to create a typical anime harem situation near the end there. Kuro kind of went the... Yeah, that story felt more like an anime. It could have been like an anime season. Because... it could have. Like... if we were to put the after story and the actual story together, it could almost add up to like a whole 12 episodes, right? Time-wise. At least that's what I think. And for me, it's very refreshing, but I've seen people online criticizing the rover harem. It's a typical morons who does that, though. The story itself wasn't bad at all, and I wouldn't even say it's a filler patch. No, this is why I said it's like in comparison to the shorekeeper one, the the Black Shores one in the 1.x patches where there, even though it didn't directly um connect us to Renacida from what I, because it was just Shorekeeper, and I think after Shorekeeper was when Camellia came out. I think, I don't remember, it's been a while. But as like I said, they would probably find a way to connect the story rather than do a filler, because that's what they did in the 1.x patches. So I was glad to see that they stuck to that. As for the harem thing, I mean, I can care less. I don't really care for the harem. It's funny to see, but it's not like the oh. They're probably, as you say, the same ones who probably complained about it in probably the other games as well, if they play the other games. The fact that Guts caught up to speed, that's crazy, and passed it. The story itself wasn't bad at all, and I wouldn't say it's a filler patch. If I have to say which part this version was the most underwhelming overall, it's actually the anniversary patch. And that would be the Zani one, right? See, I'll be honest, I don't know what was the main story there. I don't know if it had to do, I don't know if the story that I'm remembering with, you know, figuring out her identity, her identity, like her other identity, what people call her. I don't remember if that was her side story or the main story. It obviously sounds more like a side story, like the agent, like what are they called? Essentially, the agent stories of Wuwa, character story, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Unfortunately, it is what it is. As for the connection to, well, is it just Leroy? Isn't it La Haroy? Or is it Leroy? I don't remember. Let me see. Rua La. Yeah, it is La Haroy. What did you type? What did you type? Yeah, just Leroy. Are we missing a syllable on purpose? I never expected Kuro to set up this connection to begin with. I thought it would be us either getting a boat or flying over there. But there is a certain storm that keeps people from going there. This is reminiscent of Inazuma from Genshin, I guess? Is it? Was there a storm? It's been so long as well. Was there a storm? I don't know why, for me, it's like they just didn't want outsiders. I thought Shogun just didn't want the outsiders coming in. At least that's what I remember, at least. I don't necessarily remember the actual reason, because I don't remember a storm. At least keeping away people, because I do remember the storm in Inazuma, but not keeping people out. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. And I was thinking that those new character designs fit a certain narrative, and it turned out to be a school theme based on NASA or something. So it's kind of like Star Rail in that respect. I know that it's not, but at least I was onto something. If you're gonna say it's not, but say it's kind of like Star Rail, then just say it's not. Because I was gonna say, I don't get a school theme based on NASA off Star Rail. Sure, there is the space vibe. I'll give you that. school theme? I don't see it. Chisa's the one with the school theme here. So, I don't know what you're talking about. As the one who plays Starro. I don't see the school theme. Comparison? Yeah, I just don't see it. I'm sorry. This one is about GFL 2, but it's not really about lore, I think. So I guess I'll go over it. I finished one of the new GFL 2 stories involving Lena, and this takes place right after the events with Tokai. However, the new event takes place right after what we saw Callan and left Odessa in one of the earlier story chapters. I don't know why, but the JP voice and Lena event didn't match the subtitles in some instance. I actually had to pause and listen to each dialogue instead to figure out the discrepancy. I'm somewhat assuming that they did remake this event since Lena was released like in the first month of CN. Waiting this long for Lena is worth it though, and I'm now convinced that I am buying a ring for her. Yeah, I don't think I'll be buying any rings. If I'm gonna be honest. Isn't that like $5 just so you can essentially wife up one of the dolls? It's like you're in $150 for in-game furniture or decorations. Can't. I can't. I've only read the second story a bit, and I can say the reference to GFL 1 is pretty heavy with the introduction of Robella and the AR team. I think you might need more references in the near future once the other teams come back from nostalgia. Most likely. Well, just let me know if you want more backstory on their part. For me, it's just fan service since I do miss these characters a lot, even if the main story in GFL 1 is still not finished yet. They had to redo the final chapter and make it into 3 additional parts to satisfy the initial complaint of the ending being too short and anticlimactic. Oh, I'm open for backstory. I think probably just send it through Discord. And I'll just read it there. But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Just saw the new Gacha monthly revenue, and what stood out was that CZN made more than Zenless last month. I'm not sure what to say about that since Zenless had Itari and Dialin as their banners. If I have to guess, there are some people skipping Itari already because they had Miyabi. Yes, I would assume so because that was my initial thought. I don't know if you guys remember, that was my initial thought, but then I kind of just worried about needing another ice type, which I'm glad I did pull Itari because it does cover that other ice option if I do need one. And it gives me another Rupture team, which is great as well. And then Dialin, just another, probably the best stunner in game as of right now. But yeah, I think most people probably had skipped Itari. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And I wouldn't be surprised if people skip Dial-In if they're saving for Shaoguang. And skipping Banyue in the process as well. So essentially skipping if they had skipped the past, then the last one, the current one, Dial-In, and then the next one, Banyue, then they should have a lot for Shaoguang later on. But let's see. Skipping Dial-In and Banyue entirely would be smart considering that the new Void Hunter is coming very soon. I feel like Dial-In might work well with Shaoguang though, because, well, Dial-In what helps out attacker, and she does attacker or rupture. At least that's what I think her teams are. So if Xiao Guang is going to be an attacker, then yeah. CZN is a surprise though, since we only had 2 limited characters, so I'm guessing these people are at the ones getting currency to pull on the standard banner to get all those characters. I'll be honest, I think CZN, I do want to play, and I have been trying my best to at least do the dailies, which I have, and doing chaos farming and all that. But I will admit that I started CZN on a time where like I said, a little bit more busier for some reason. I just noticed, like I said, just noticed that recently. So I think I'll be fine, but we'll just see how it goes. A couple more months. We'll just see in a couple more months when other games are added. Will it hurt CZN? Will it hurt CZN and cause it to have less time, or you know? We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Looks like it's almost time for us to binge watch the new UMA season. I probably will do that during the Christmas weekend. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see how I view the UMAs after this. I pray that it won't disappoint me. I guess so. I don't even know how close they are to finishing, but I'm assuming that it's gonna be done by the time it's Christmas, from the way it sounds. I don't know what happened, but I know because I'm mentioning this, it might make it obvious. But is it just me, or on certain parts the screen seems like this one seems a bit slow? It doesn't necessarily bother me, but I was just wondering if you guys see it as well. But yeah, I guess I'll be watching it either before the New Year's end, or before the New Year's, or when the New Year's happen. Around that time, I guess. Decorations be slapping, my dude. In game? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yep, I don't have much furniture IRL, but in GFL 2 I must get them all. That's weird. At least, see, here's the thing. It's funny because IRL furniture, it can add up and get expensive, but still $150 for virtual furniture. I don't know if I can justify that. It's like trying to justify a $5 cookie from Crumble. You can't. Can't. I can't. As much as I wanted to like try some of the Crumble cookies, I haven't once. I probably will never. I can't justify a $5 cookie. Sure, it's like special, like, but come on, I can't. Correction. 210 pulls in Uma with still 11 with tickets. Well, that still doesn't help your case. This still doesn't help your case, Nova, so thanks. But yeah, it's a matter of how well Enfield does their monthly income. Arknights is generous for the most part, but I would be naive to assume that Enfield will be the same. Right now, this is the beta, and we can't conclude that this is the final product. Still, if they keep this up, then I can say that free-to-plays are especially screwed over. That's me. That's me. Just don't expect them to get many characters overall if they want to guarantee the 120 pulls every time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can definitely see that. Not gonna lie, if I were in a position of starting in global and seeing the JP Umas and have to wait for 2 to 3 years, then I'm not gonna be happy in my Uma experience for sure. I mean, I don't want to be rude or anything, but a lot of global players are those who waited for JP for JP, or just waited for global to release. I mean, who chose not to play JP. So at least I would say at least a good amount of them are. So they chose to wait and wait and wait, rather than that you just get used to the game in Japanese. That's all I gotta say about that. That is all I gotta say about that. And then the last one from Nova, I think the last one overall. And it says, after I take a look at this, this is gonna be my first time doing this, but I think I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I feel about it. Nah, I'm just resting. Is Kazuki still pulling like a madman? I'm curious for sure. I don't think so, because he said he wasn't gonna pull anymore until the anniversary. And that was literally probably around the same time he went quiet. So, coincidence? Probably. Probably, but he can confirm whether or not it's a coincidence. But Kazuki did reply saying, fortunately no. I'm still saving and already saved 33k. Nice. Hope it reaches 60k when 5th Annie and Almond Eye drops. Nice. You could possibly reach close to 50k, especially with the addition of tickets. Nova says, holy, you have learned the ways of the Dino Uma players. Kazuki responded with just LMAO, and Nova says, 110 Uma tickets with 155k rocks. I'm like ready for anniversary. Nova, you're ready for like the next 3 anniversaries. That's all I gotta say, but thank you, Kazuki, for replying. And let me refresh just to make sure there aren't any more comments. There is one from Eugen. It's perfect because it's the monthly circle report for the month of November. And the first one is from Sally with 162 mil. I never seen Sally in the comments unless but Nova promised him to give some rewards. Nova? What do you mean by that? What do you mean give him some rewards? Nova? Alright. I don't know what it was, but second, Eugen at 82 mil. Third, Nova, 43.9. Rick, 43.2. Close enough to be Nova. Pretty much. Pretty much. And then Sieg at 35 mil in 5th. Notable note for Shushu at 7 with 19.7. Hey, that's actually... I think that was actually more than last time. Like, way more than last time. And then... a little more than my usual average at like 15, I think. Hey, maybe I thought I did about the same as October. I guess not. Well, that's good to know. I guess I'll just try to do better. Thanks for the contribution, and seems like there will be a big wipeout because we got cup size C. Someone needs to get whipped in autos. I will definitely put in more autos. I'll definitely at least put in more autos. At the very least. But thank you, Eugen, for the comment. And also keeping up with this circle report thing for, I would say, the past 2 years, I think. Almost 2 years, if not 3. I don't remember but how long it's been. Probably 2. But I do appreciate it. Let me refresh one more time just to be sure there isn't any more. So, with that being said, thank you, Eugen, Nova, Rick, and Korn for the comments, and also Kazuki for dropping by, replying to Nova in his comments. Thank you as well. And with that being said, we are at the end of the training. We are, right? Yeah, we are. And we're gonna see. I don't think we'll be able to make up Wise. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's kind of, it feels kind of hopeless with it being at an A plus still. But we'll see. Speed is good. Like I said, with speed RNG, seems good this time around. I could just work on this. Yeah, it's definitely more. Let me see, let me see. I guess I'll just pick Teio because I'm training Teio. That's fine. Power would be nice, and then Wise. Let me check something. Sorry, I was checking something. But fine. I wouldn't say final turn yet, right? This is just the second one. Yeah. I don't know, maybe we can somehow squeeze Wise in there if we can get better. Like, way more, yeah, like that. Like, we need that one more time. We need that one more time to possibly get Wise to 1200 at least. I don't know if we'll be able to get power though. I think I may have overdone speed, but it's fine, I guess. Good thing I didn't run 2 speed cards. Ooh, we don't have any. Unfortunate. I don't even have any rainbow trainings. I don't think this changes that either. Oh, it does. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Maybe I just never noticed it. That's what I can say. Maybe I just never noticed it. But I'd say, I think maybe one of my better runs, but I don't think so. I don't think the game, the rank I'll get would translate to that, but I think it's one of my better runs. And at least it feels like it in this scenario. We'll see. And before it gets too late also for me to pick up the Switch, I'm actually gonna see what would happen if I actually, you know, pick out stuff. Oh, I mean, I want to see how much stuff I can grab also. But let's see. Let me grab all the gold skills first, actually. This one just stays medium, so I don't want to grab it. Okay. I think I might just grab the thing that this, and then not turn it into a skill, I think. Oof. Was that 96? That was 96. I don't think I have 63 anywhere. The game will tell me. Okay, what's 63 then? We didn't get an S aptitude just from the look here, but yeah, this one will do pink. This one will turn that into that. I will just grab these. Yep. I don't think this would be my best Teio run because I'm pretty sure I did some pretty good Teio runs. Oh yeah, see, this is one of my better runs for this scenario as a UV4. Definitely one of my better runs. Although none of these are great. It's not even for medium distance, so I'm just gonna do this. But we ended off with 1966 speed, which is my cap, 920 stamina, 1604 power. Could have capped that out if I wanted to. 1713 guts. Well, I say wanted to, but probably closer to cap, so I should say. Guts is close to cap, and then Wise actually made it right over 1200 with no S aptitude. So I'd say, yeah, like I said, one of my better runs. And if I do have to bring her for this one, then I will. Oh, it's actually my best Teio run also. So with that being said, guys, I would say this was kind of a successful run in a way. Could it be better? Yes, but for myself, it was pretty much a successful run. Best Teio run. Had to be a mild Teio, but it could have been better. There's still room for improvement or just better RNG. But other than that, with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing with your training. Obviously still early in the month, so we won't be seeing the CM till later on. But I'd say, yeah, just let me know who you guys are bringing, how your guys' training are, and if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me. Sounds appropriate, I'll go over, just put it down in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description as well. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.